Chapter 1. Third Path. We are actually in a small village in East Blue. The village was small, but the atmosphere was friendly. We can see in a bar or restaurant a kid with black hair and a pirate crew. They were drinking and enjoying themselves like tomorrow. Shanks. Hahaha. Luffy, you are still a little kid. Hahaha. Luffy. Shut up, Shanks. I am already big. They were laughing after a small joke about the little boy. Suddenly, the door opened violently, making the place quiet. Bandit Chief. Oh, so these are the so-called pirates. They look like idiots to me. The man was a mountain bandit. He ignored the glare of some pirates and went to the bar. Bandit Chief. We are bandits. Well, we're not here to destroy your bar, so give us 10 barrels of sake. Makino. Sorry, but we are out of stock. Bandit Chief. Ah, where did the sake go? The tension rose a little as the bandits glared at the pirates. Makino. Well, these gentlemen came here first, you see. Shanks. Well, sorry, but it seems we only drank all the sake. I still have this bottle. Shanks held the bottle with a smile and handed it. But immediately, the bandit chief took the bottle and broke it on the red-haired pirate head, making the sake flow over his face. Bandit Chief. I am a man who wants 8 million berries. 1 bottle is not enough, so stop taking me lightly. After a moment of intense silence. Shanks. Wah, the floor is all wet now. Sorry Makino-san, do you have a mop? Makino. Ah, yes, right away. Still under shock, she went in the back to search for a mop. At this moment, the bandit took out his sword, but before he could do anything, someone else entered the bar. Rimuru. Ah, it's so lively here. All eyes turned to the newcomer. He had short blue hair slicked to the side with a mask covering his face. He was wearing a jet black uniform with a hint of gold. Bandit 1. And who are you? Rimuru. Oh me, I am just a traveler. I was wondering if you still have some sake. He looked at the girl behind the bar. Makino. Ah, sorry, mister, but we are out of stock. Rimuru. I see. His voice was slightly disappointing, but he then landed his eyes on the broken bottle and a red-haired man cleaning the floor. Rimuru. Then, can I have this bottle? Makino. Sure. She was confused but still accepted without knowing what he was talking about. Rimuru Pav. Hi, my name is Rimuru Tempest, as you already know. After many wars and battles, I achieved my goal. A peaceful world where humans and monsters can coexist. After millennia, I got particularly bored and took a century of vacation. My subordinates were hesitant but eventually accepted and let me go alone. I then asked Seal for a good adventure, and here I am, in this bar where bandits and pirates were having an argument. Rimuru. But still, you bandits should not cause too much trouble. I said while walking toward the red-haired pirate. He is pretty interesting. Bandit Chief. Ah, who the fuck are you to talk to me like that? I sighed and ignored him. Rimuru. You can stop cleaning. Shanks. But it's not good to let the floor get dirty. He smiled and looked at me. Rimuru. Don't worry. I flicked my finger, used Yog Sothoth, and returned the time of the bottle. This shocked everyone, as they saw something they never saw. Shanks. What the? It's so cool. Rimuru. I know. I smiled and sat down on a chair while opening the sake. Rimuru. Want to share? Shanks. Ah, sure. We ignored the bandits, who were fuming in anger. Rimuru. Do you want to too? I asked the bandit chief, who glared at me. Bandit Chief. You weakling. He took out his sword and slashed at my head. Time stopped as everyone tensed up. I could see some pirates ready to interfere. So pirates are not all bad. I thought about it and sent him out of the bar. Bandit Chief. Art. Rimuru. You should go too. I said to the remaining bandits who were frozen, so weak. I guess I can't expect a strong opponent here. I smiled as I ran away. Rimuru. Miss, can I have some apple juice, please? Makino. Ah, yes, right away. Shanks Pav. I can't stop laughing. Who is he? I should be on guard, but this guy doesn't have this bad guy or. Shanks, beside this, my name is Shanks. I held my hand, and he immediately shook it. Rimuru Tempest. We sat down and started to drink. Wait, where is Luffy? I looked beside me, and he was staring at Rimuru with a spark in his eyes. Luffy? Oh, you? Rimuru. Yes, kiddo. Now that I think about it, he still hasn't taken off his mask. Luffy? Hey. I am not a kid. Rimuru. Oh. But you are one. Luffy. Shut up. My punch is as strong as a pistol bullet. I couldn't help but laugh. This kid is still too young. Shanks. Hahaha. A pistol. Luffy. Shut up, Shanks. Rimuru. My, what a lively kid. Luffy. I said I was not a kid. I silently ordered an orange juice and put it beside me. While he was arguing with Rimuru. Shanks. Here, Luffy, orange juice. Luffy. Ah, thank you. He sat down and started to drink. Shanks. Wahahaha. See, you're a kid. Luffy. It's not fair. Rimuru Pov. As they continued to mock the kid, I couldn't help but let out a chuckle. This drink is not bad, and the vibe is good too. I am not treated like a god, but more like someone normal. I got lost in my thoughts, but at the same time, I saw Luffy opening a treasure chest where a weird fruit was. Rimuru. What is that? Seal. It's a Devil Master, a fruit that gives supernatural power to its owner, but has to lose the ability to swim. Rimuru. Interesting, should I stop the kid? Seal. No, it's good, this kid will need this fruit. Rimuru. Stop the spoils, please. She sighed and turned off the communication. So she found this world interesting, huh? Dirt Pov. Just as that time passed, Luffy ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi, Rimuru stayed with the pirates and played with Luffy. Days passed, but this peace got disturbed. Luffy, Shanks. Luffy was being held on the ground with a foot on his face. Earlier he defended Shanks and his crew, and now he is in a bad situation. Chief of the bandit crushing his head. Shanks, oh, and I thought you punch are as strong as a pistol, Luffy. The bandits glared at him and started to laugh, but quickly stopped as they saw Rimuru behind him. Rimuru, you shouldn't do that to a kid, you know. Bandit chief, shut up you bith, all of you attack. Obeying to his order, the bandits rushed to Shanks, who just stood there smiling. Rimuru. Here. Rimuru sighed and created a shockwave by tapping the ground, sending all the bandits away. Leaving their leader shocked and pissed. Bandit chief. What did you do? Rimuru. Nothing, just blew the nuisance away. Beckman. Oof, you really blew them away. Yasip. Yeah, it's insane. Rimuru. It's nothing really, They were laughing at the misery of these bandits when the leader threw a smoke bomb to escape. He took Luffy with him and left for a boat. Shanks. What? Where did they go? Rimuru. He took the boat there. Shanks, without listening, jumped in the water and started to swim in the direction Rimuru pointed. Rimuru. Should we follow him? Luckiru. No, he will be fine. Slime nodded and sat down with all the crew, waiting for the captain to come back. And after 10 minutes, he came back, but with only one arm. Rimuru. Maybe I should just have helped them, but again, Seal told me not to. This shocked everyone, but he soon accepted it as he protected Luffy. Rimuru Pov. 3 days have passed since the incident where Shanks lost his arm. I proposed to heal him, but he weirdly rejected it, saying that it was for the new generation, so I didn't push. And now, today, they are leaving. The crew was actually making the provisions and preparing to leave. I walked to them with a hand on my sword. Rimuru. Oi Shanks. Shanks, oh, Rimuru. What are you doing here? Rimuru. Well, I wanted to ask if I could come with you in Grand Line. I scratched my cheek while looking at him. He gave me a surprised expression, along with everyone who heard me, but suddenly took me by the arm and started to laugh. Shanks. Sure. He grinned at me joyously and went to tell his crew, this world will not be too boring, I guess. I smiled and took off my mask. Rimuru. I guess it's the start of a new adventure. Oh. Hey, you are girl. I immediately fall to the ground. No. Rimuru. I am a man. Luckiru. But your face. Yasip. Yes, you can't be a boy. Rimuru. I am. Shanks Mahaha, you are full of surprises, Rimuru. He tapped on my back and laughed happily. What a weird man. I smiled and got on the ship while glancing at Luffy, who had sworn to become the king of pirates. This kid has potential. Shanks then gave him his straw hat. Chapter 2. Dirt Pov. 1 year has passed since the event in East Blue. Rimuru has been traveling with the red-haired pirate, and the atmosphere is always happy and festive. After 6 months, Shanks started to train his haki, so he could compensate for his arm loss. At that time, Rimuru also met Mihik, they sparred, and finally, Rimuru won, showing a totally new swordsmanship, and making the strongest swordman respect him. At this moment, Rimuru was declared the strongest swordman. Well, this title didn't last long since his power is not mainly in his sword. He revealed that he possessed the devil's fruit paramecia of wisdom, and that his powers were still mysterious even for him, which is an obvious lie. But due to this, Rimuru got his first bounty, a bounty of 79 million berries. After 2 more years, Shanks became emperor, his reputation grew a lot as one of the 4 strongest pirates, and Rimuru Prime eventually increased to 480 million. Some even considered him one of Shanks' commanders. He also met Rayleigh, the Dark King, who was impressed by Rimuru's mastery of the haki. Well, due to Seal, mastering the haki was not something hard. And since Rimuru is here for a vacation, he decided to limit the use of his true power. So he mastered this world version of haki, a supernatural power, and the only power capable of beating the devil fruit user effectively. And lastly, as it was very difficult to determine if he was a danger to the world government, Rimuru got the attention of the whole new world. But this perfect tale is about to change. Shanks, are you sure, Rimuru? Rimuru. Yes. All the crew looked at the ground sad. Rimuru was leaving them, they reached the new world 5 days ago, and our god wanted to explore it by himself. He was now wearing his Demon Lord outfit with a black blade sword on his wrist. Rimuru, thank you for everything, but don't worry, we will meet again. Shanks, yeah, you're right. Luckyru, the sea is small. Beckman, it's not a farewell. Rimuru, yeah, so don't worry. He turned his back and pinched his fist in the air. At this moment, Shanks saw the reflection of his former captain. It was blurry, but he could see it a little. Shanks, I guess it's just a goodbye. Rimuru Pav. I just left my first friends in this world. They were really fun. I chuckled and jumped on a small spare boat they had. Rimuru. Seal uses water manipulation so we can go faster. Seal. Understood. And just like that, I started my new adventure. Rimuru. Any idea where we go? Seal. I suggest visiting one of the other emperors. Rimuru. That's a good idea. I heard from Shanks and some rumors that Kaido, the strongest beast in this world, said, well, Seal told me that he is similar to Carrion. Weaker thought. Seal. So we will go to the land of the samurai, Wanakuni. I nodded and laid on the boat. It will be fun. On the road, I got attacked by many different things. It could be a marine, a sea monster, or even other pirates. Well, there was no real threat, so I quickly finished them with my new sword. Ah, I forgot, this sword is not the Sword of Tempest. It's a new sword created in this world, as my Sword of Tempest would literally destroy this universe. 5 months ago, I unconsciously destroyed reality. Recreating the world was not an easy task, even more when Seal didn't want to help. Returning to the business, this sword is what they call a grade sword. I successfully covered the blade with haki, making this sword unique, but it's still far from being one of the supreme grade swords like Mihik. I also wish to make this new partner stronger at Wano, since it's the land of samurai. And 3 weeks later, I reached the frontier of the land of samurai. Rimuru. Wow, the weather is a mess here. Seal. The master should just teleport in for. Rimuru. No, it's good. It's fun. I heard Seal sigh, but I ignored it. I can't die after all. Third Pav. And after a small fight against the weather, Rimuru got into the land of the samurai. He didn't pay too much attention to the misery of the population, since he was already used to it. But it still made him a little angry as a ruler. He knew that this land was not well ruled, and their daimyo was not a good person. As for now, he is working on an island beside the mainland. It's an island ruled by pirates and the headquarters of the beast pirate. Seeing the intruders, many beast pirates went to arrest him, but in the end, they were too weak. And actually, Rimuru is playing with the right arm of the emperor. Rimuru. Is this all you have? King. Shut up. The king took his sword and made a strong vertical slash toward the god. As for Rimuru, he just kicked the side of the blade, shattering it in pieces, leaving everyone shocked. Rimuru. You're annoying, I just want to meet Kaido. King. Kaido-san, don't have time to lose with you. Rimuru. Oh? Rimuru decided to play a little more with the power of this world. The strongest power of this world that anyone with a good will can achieve is the haki. During these 3 years, he learned from the best, with Shanks and the old man rarely. But the best teacher was Seal, who already analyzed and created the extra skill, haki. There was the weaker version of Rimuru Demon Lord ambition. With that, he sent a wave of conquerors, knocking everyone out beside King. King. You monster. Rimuru, I guess I am, but it's only natural for a monster to meet a beast, right? King clicked his tongue but was interrupted as a big thing landed just beside them. Kaido. Roro. So you are the intruder. Rimuru. Oh ho. And you are a big guy, aren't you? Kaido was in his human form, a beast 10 times the size of Rimuru. They glared at each other with a slight smirk. At this moment, the two armed their respective weapons with haki, and clashed with each other, destroying the area before they could even touch each other. It was a death battle. 3 hours later. Rimuru. Ha 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 ha. Kaido. Roro. The two were drinking sake and laughing happily like nothing happened. King. How the hell? Their fight was violent, with waves of haki everywhere. But at the end, Kaido was far too weak for Rimuru, so he played with him. As for Kaido, he was having the fight of his life. He couldn't even touch him. He tanked all these painful punches. But after Rimuru used an imaginary punch, he knocked Kaido down. After they spoke a little, they started to understand each other at least a little. Kaido wants a strong opponent, and Rimuru wants to have fun. As for King, he could only watch with shock and a bit of admiration. Kaido Pav. This boy is strong. I haven't gotten hurt this much in years. He didn't even use this sword. And beside, he can drink. Roro. Kaido. So where do you come from, Rimuru? Rimuru. I came into the new world with Shanks and decided to visit the strongest beast. He is strong, for sure. If I have to say, he is at the level of these guys. A small image popped into my head. The 4 guys at the top of the world. Ox D. Zebek, Gold D. Roger, Odin Kazuki, and Edward Newgate. He is probably at their level already. No one can hit me this hard beside them. I will surely remember his name, and as for his face. Well, he wears this weird mask, not like I care. I only want a strong opponent to stop this boring life. Rimuru. So, Kaido, why is Wano like this? Kaido. I don't really care about this land. It's true, I only own this land because of Odin. Just thinking about it makes me enraged. Rimuru. You know the daimyo, right? Kaido. Yes, he is just a weakling. Rimuru. I see, hahaha. We started to laugh again. Rimuru. Beside, can I have your permission to explore freely? Kaido. Do as you want. I sure get off and get up. Kaido. Just don't go on a rampage and disturb me. Rimuru. Don't worry, hahaha. Rimuru Pav. Kaido just left me here. This guy honestly is an asshole, but I can somehow understand him. Pirates are not kind people, and judging from his background, power is everything. But when you are too strong, you search for something entertaining. I can understand this feeling. Rimuru. I guess I just walk around. As I was about to live, I sensed someone behind a rock. Ah, trouble in coming. Rimuru. Come out. Hesitantly, a small guy with a mask comes out and says, wait, I know this feeling. She is a girl. And she is even wearing a mask. Is she my long-lost daughter? Rimuru. Who are you, little girl? I can feel her eyes whitening as she takes off her mask. Yamato. My name is Yamato, Kaido's son. Rimuru. Oh, so you play the boy. Yamato. No, not like that. I chuckled and took her in my arms. Rimuru. So, little boy, what do you want? Yamato. I want to know how you punched your father. Rimuru. I see. I smiled and put her on my shoulder. Rimuru. Then, can you guide me around? I'll teach you later. Yamato. Alright. She smiled brightly as excitement could be heard. But why is she chained and has many bruises on her body? I already have a small idea, it's really sad. We first went to the coast of the island, where we had a beautiful view of the sea. Rimuru. Say, Yamato, why are you chained? Yamato. Well, father put them. Rimuru. Do you know why? Yamato. So I can be strong. Rimuru. I see. It's sad that a child like her has a father like that. No child has to live through hell just for the purpose of being strong. Yamato. Can you train me now? Rimuru. Yeah, sure, but before that, what is your purpose? Yamato. Purpose. Rimuru. I mean goal, what do you want to achieve? She looked down for a few seconds before smiling brightly. Yamato. I want to be like Odin Kazuki. And travel freely around the world. Rimuru. I see. I smiled and sent a punch toward her. She was taken aback and crashed into a tree behind her. Yamato Pav. Ouch. It hurt. I didn't even see it coming. Yamato. Why did you do that? Rimuru, I am training you. He looked confused, but soon after he appeared in front of me again and said, fast. I tried to dodge, but only to receive a kick in the stomach. Yamato. It hurt. Rimuru. And you thought you could become strong without getting hurt. This kicked something into me. Yes, I can't back down now. I get up and rush at him, saying I am going to be strong. And be father one day. Rimuru, you are still too slow, and you don't have any form in your fighting style. He sent a barrage of punches, making me fall on my knee. He is too fast. Rimuru. But with those eyes, as long as you are determined, you can achieve anything. I looked at him with determination as another punch was sent. I have to move. I rolled to my right, dodging his punch, who crashed into the ground, making a small crater. I am going to die. Rimuru. So get up. I grimaced and stood up with my legs shaking. I can feel her gaze pierce me through her mask. It sent chills down my spine. Yamato. I'm going to be stronger. Ah. I took a metal rod beside me and ran toward him. At this moment, I felt something in me. I don't know what it is, but it gave me power. Yamato. Raime Haki. Rimuru. This is a good kid. His arm was covered in haki, the same he used against his father, and it clashed with the metal rod. The next thing I saw was myself on the ground, with Miss looking down on me. Rimuru Pav. This kid is good. She has the determination to achieve her dream. This is a fact. I am going to train her. Her potential is great, she is still young, but already a young adult, but she has already awakened her haki. It's a shame, if Kaido trained and educated her correctly, she would be a powerhouse now. I lifted her unconscious body and went toward Kaido. Mistreated or not, she is still his son. Rimuru. Oi Kaido. Kaido. Rimuru. Rimuru. Yeah, I just came here to say I would train your son. Kaido. Do as you please. He didn't even spare a glance at her, huh? I nodded and left. I should teach her the basics of the haki and some combat technique. Rimuru. It has been a while since I have been a teacher, huh? Dirt Pav. And just like that, 1.5 years have passed. Rimuru spent almost all his time training Yamato while sometimes sparring with Kaido. He explored the entire land of Wano, and also punched the daimyo Rachi really hard. He also met the little Hiori, but didn't do anything since Seal told him about the future. Flashback 6 months ago. Rimuru was walking around in the capital of flowers. He just visited the daimyo, who pissed him off, leading him to lose some teeth. The slime then left and decided to just walk around. Rimuru. If it were not for Seal, I would have killed him. Seal. Don't worry, master, someone more worthy will take care of this trash. Rimuru. If you say so. Suddenly, someone bumped into him from behind. Since there was no ill intent, he didn't dodge, but to his surprise, it was a little human girl who was running away from three men. Rimuru. Who are you, little girl? Hiori. So sorry, mister, but I have to go. She looked up at him with worried eyes and quickly apologized. But before she could run away, Rimuru grabbed her shoulder and put her closer. Hiori. Eh? She panicked and closed her eyes, thinking that it was the end, but what happened next surprised her. Rimuru. Men shouldn't pursue a lady like that. Men 1. Ah, you should go away and mind your business. Men 2. Yeah. They started shouting things while approaching our slime. As for Hiori, she was surprised that someone was protecting her, but once she took a closer look, she understood. Rimuru clothes were something you couldn't find in Wano, so this stranger must come from the outside world. Hiori Pav. I was surprised that a man protected me, but I noticed his clothes and this weird mask. He is a stranger, so what will happen if he knows about me and my situation? I got a little startled as he unsheathed his sword. What? I never saw something like that. The sword form seems normal even if the blade is black, but if you look closely, there is a weird aura around. It's menacing, but at the same time calm and controlled. Men 3. So you won't move, then die. I wanted to tell this man to run, but the next moment, my 3 pursuers fell to the ground unconscious. What? What happened? Rimuru. Too weak. I looked at the man, amazed, then at his blade, where a faint tint of blood could be seen. He was too fast. And his swordsmanship is great. Maybe I could get him to help us. Rimuru. So, little lady, what will you do now? Hiori. Ah, so sorry. I got off of his arm and blushed a little. Rimuru. We should go somewhere else. He said while looking around. We attracted some attention. This is bad. Rimuru. Don't worry, everything will be fine. He patted my head as I could feel a smile on his face. It's so warm. Rimuru. Then should we go? Hiori. Yes, Ak. Without waiting for me to finish, he lifted me in the air and started leaving the capital. Wow, it's like flying. Hiori. The view is beautiful. Rimuru, you are partially right. His voice sounded sad as I looked in front of him. So this is what he meant. In front of us, we could see the wasted and abandoned land. All there is poverty and misery, something unacceptable. Rimuru. Don't worry, one day these lands will return to their original beauty. Hiori. Yes, I will dedicate my life to making it a reality. Rimuru. Then it's good. I nodded, and we landed in a deserted place, more precisely a forest or jungle. I think this is where Mr. Tengayama lives. He is the one who has his father's sword and keeps it until his brother comes back. It's in a few years if we follow the prophecy. Rimuru. So you are the daughter of Oden Kazuki, the past daimyo. My eyes widened in shock. How did he know? Rimuru. Don't worry, I heard it from someone, and I can confidently say that I am not your enemy. Hiori. I see. I stuttered a little and sat on a rock. Pav. After that, the two talked a little. And after some days, Hiori started to trust him, but she still kept his identity secret. Rimuru also sneakily took Hiori to Nigashima and presented her to Yamato. The two became friends as Rimuru trained them. Hiori was still too young and didn't have the best constitution. Haki learned some sword technique, and Yamato continued her usual training. Flashback end. During his free time, Rimuru also navigated around with Jack in the New World, making the Marines aware of him. A man who has a connection with 2 emperors. Seeing this, Rimuru bounty only grew and reached the 840 million berry and the title of Rising Star. The rookie who goes around Yonko. And now he is standing on a boat beside him, King, Queen, and Yamato, who grew a little. Yamato. You are really leaving? Rimuru. Yeah, I wanted to leave in 6 months, but I guess I took a liking to you. She blushed and looked away. King. Then Rimuru-san, good luck. Rimuru. Thanks, King. You should look for Kaido and stop his meanie drinking. King. Yes. After our fight, he was wary of our god, but soon became a friend somehow. Rimuru trained him a little, but nothing more. One sure thing is that King really respects Rimuru, not only for his strength, but also his personality. Queen. Good luck, Rimuru-san. Rimuru. Yeah, and don't be sad, we will sing together. Queen. Oh yeah. We'll sing again. The two happened to sing together and eventually became friends. Rimuru. Yeah. He smiled and jumped on a small boat. Rimuru. And Yamato. Continue your training, and one day you'll achieve your dream. Yamato. Hi sensei. Her eyes were as bright as when Rimuru took her. She became more mature in these single years and found a new type of determination. The one who evolved the most was her, for sure. Rimuru. It was fun, really. Seal. Yes, master. But before he can leave, someone else must come. The same little girl, Rimuru, took care of her for 6 months. Rimuru. Oh, Hiori. What are you doing here? Hiori. Well, saying goodbye to you. Rimuru smiled and went to pat her head. One thing no one knew is that Hiori started to develop a new type of feeling, not love, but more like fatherly love. Seeing how kind he was, unconsciously, Rimuru became the father figure of Hiori, not like Tanjiro, but like a real father. Rimuru. I see. Don't be sad, we'll meet again. Hiori. Yes. He smiled one last time before setting sail. Rimuru. Well, let's go to our next destination. Chapter 3. Rimuru Pav. I just left Yamato and Hiori and was on my way toward Emperor Big Mom territory, Whole Cake Island. From Kaido, Charlotte Linlin, alias Big Mom, is a really annoying but strong woman. Well, I just wanted to visit since I heard many rumors stating that there were all kinds of sweets there. Wano food was good, but sweetness is not their specialty. I smiled and looked at my new sword. It's the same as before but got upgraded in Wano. I should give her a name. Well, I still have some time to think. Suddenly, 3 marine ships appear on the horizon with the cannon sound. Did they find me? Well, I guess my bounty did grow. Seal. No, they're actually fighting a pirate crew. Rimuru. I see. Who are they? Seal. I detected the individual Shanks. Rimuru. They are fighting an emperor. How stupid, the 4 Yonko are the strongest pirates. Fighting them with only 3 ships is stupid. I sighed and jumped from my little boat. It has been a while since I saw them. Rimuru. Oi Shanks. Shanks. Rimuru. All eyes turned to me, surprised, as I landed on the Red Force. I missed them a little. Well, the beast pirates are a little different. Marine. It's the Rising Star. Vice Admiral. Why is he here? Wasn't he with the beast pirate? They were murmuring some random thing about me. Not like I care. As for me, I just approached Shanks. Rimuru. So Shanks, what are you doing here? Shanks. Nothing really, just traveling, you know. What about you? Rimuru. I was on my way to Whole Cake. His eyes widened before he started to laugh. Shanks. Ha ha ha. So after Kaido, you go to Big Mom. Lucky Riru. He will never change. Beckman. Well, he has the strength. Yasip. Yeah. I ignored their comment and looked down. Who is she? And she looks like Shanks. Behind his legs, a small girl was holding him while looking at me. Ah, I forgot again. My mask. Rimuru. Oi Shanks, I didn't know you, kidnapped kid. Shanks. No. I gave him a funny look. He was simultaneously trying to convince me he is too funny. Rimuru. I know, so she is your daughter. Shanks, so you already knew. Rimuru. Who is the moth? Before I could finish, I was interrupted by my cannon bullet going right at me. TCH. I covered my arm with arm hockey and caught it. Rimuru. Sorry, Shanks, but can I take care of them? Shanks. Go ahead. I smiled behind my mask. No one can interrupt me without consequence. Not even a god. Shanks Pav. Really, he never changed in front of us. There was a massacre. Rimuru used his sword and slashed the boat without any problem, like cutting some random tree. Shanks. He is really strong. Yuta. Papa, who is he? Shanks. Ah, Yuta, his name is Rimuru Tempest, a temporary crew member. She nodded and continued to stare at him. I got Yuta back slightly after Rimuru left, so she never saw him. In fact, I got Yuta 4 years before going to East Blue. But this is a good opportunity. Beckman. So, Captain, you've decided. Shanks. Yes. Rimuru is the best man for this job. The sea is too dangerous. With that, we waited 5 minutes for him to finish these marines. His hockey got stronger. I wonder who will win between Captain Roger and him. Rimuru. They were really annoying. He finally came back, leaving the carcass of the boat behind. Rimuru. So, who is the mother? Shanks. Haha, it's a secret. I smiled and took Yuta in my arm. Shanks. This little girl is Yuta, my daughter. Yuta. Hello. Rimuru. Hello, little one. Dirt Pav. After that, they stationed the boat and started a feast. Yuta quickly becomes clingy to Rimuru as he passes his time with her. While Shanks smiled at the scene. Shanks. No Rimuru, you said you were going to Whole Cake, right? Rimuru. Yes, I want some sweets. The red-haired pirates laughed at the stupid reason. Shanks. Then we can drop you near, it's on our way. Rimuru. Really, then don't mind me. They grinned at each other before weighing the anchor. In the middle of the journey, Shanks went beside Rimuru, who was staring at her. Shanks, can I ask you a favor? Rimuru. Sure, anything for a friend. Shanks, thanks. A silence then took place. It was not uncomfortable but a good one. A silence between 2 friends. Shanks, can you take care of Yuta for me? He finally asked after 5 good minutes of silence. This didn't shock Rimuru, as he already expected this. He already knew the burden Shanks would leave on the shoulders of Yuta. Rimuru. If she is willing to come with me, then yes. Shanks, haha, then Yuta, can you give us an answer? Behind the wall is Yuta, a little girl with two hair colors, red and white. She was a little anxious to hear her father's request. Yuta. Papa, am I bothering you? This broke Shanks' heart, but he has to stay strong. Shanks, no Yuta, it's just that I still have my role to play. Tear-filled Yuta eyes began to cry and run away. Rimuru, are you sure, Shanks? Shanks. My adventure is too dangerous, and this world is not fair for a girl like her. He paused a moment before continuing. Shanks. I am a researched man with a high bounty. If I were to fall, then she would have to pay for me. I don't want this life for her. Rimuru. I see, then I'll take care of her. Shanks, thanks friend. They fist bumped and turned their attention back to the sea with a calm and friendly atmosphere. Rimuru. You know, I also have a high bounty. Shanks. Yes, but she is better with someone like you. Rimuru. I see. One of the reasons for Shanks' action is that Rimuru, despite being linked to 2, will soon be 3 Yonko. He is still a mystery and has not done anything notable aside from defending himself. And a solo pirate of his level is scarier than an all-star crew, since he can literally walk into Yonko alone. Yudapov. Today is my last with Papa. 2 days ago, I overheard their discussion with Uncle Rimuru and how he would take care of me from now on. I cried a lot that night, not because I hated Uncle Rimuru, in fact, I really loved him, but leaving Papa. As for Papa, he kept telling me that I was not the problem, but this only means I am not strong enough. Shanks, are you ready, Yuta? Yuta. Yes. During those last 2 days, I made up my mind, if in the future Papa needs me, I have to be stronger. And Uncle is the best person for that, even Papa said that he is the strongest. Rimuru. Come on, Yuta. I then heard my uncle call me, it's time, I guess. I took my backpack and looked at Papa and the whole crew, whom I consider my family. Yuta. I'll go now. Shanks. Yes. I turned my back, and tears appeared in my eyes. Don't turn back now. I slowly walked down the stairs, making my way to Uncle Rimuru. Rimuru, are you ready, Yuta? Yuta. Yes, we can go now. He smiled and lifted me, putting me on his shoulder. Also, his face is beautiful. During the feast on the boat, he always took off his mask. I was shocked at first and never got bored until now. I am almost jealous of his beauty, even if he is more manly than feminine. As our little boat started to leave, I heard someone shout from behind. Shanks, be safe, Yuta. I immediately cried and lifted my arm in the air. Yuta. Yes. I'll survive, and one day I will be worthy enough to stand by your side. Rimuru. It has been 3 days since we left the Red Force in Shanks. Yuta has been crying for 2 days in a row, but soon regained her senses. She then asked me for some information about the world and to train her. Seeing her eyes, I made up my mind. First Yamato and now Yuta. I wanted to laugh at how my life always lands on some students in my different travels, but it's okay. As for now, in front of us is a boat with a pirate flag. Rimuru. Finally. Yuta. What happened, uncle? Rimuru. This is the Big Mom flag. We are officially on the whole Cake Island. She smiled brightly. Yeah, it was difficult since I asked Seal not to spoil me. But I regretted this as the travel was chaotic. As we talked, a very tall girl walked up to the front of the boat. Who are you? Rimuru. Ah, sorry, you must be one of the Big Mom commanders. My name is Rimuru Tempest. She is pretty strong. In fact, she is probably on par with the best beast pirate. I see, so you are the famous rising star. Why are you here? Rimuru. I just want to eat some sweets and meet Big Mom. She smirked and said something to her subordinate. Very well, my name is Smoothie, and we got a message from Kaido some days ago stating your arrival. I nodded and jumped on their boat with Yuta in my arm. But if you already know, why did you ask? Smoothie. Who is this girl? Rimuru. Ah, she is the daughter of a friend. Smoothie. I see. She didn't question it, but I assumed she thought that Yuta was the daughter of a dead friend. If they know it's Shanks' daughter, they might want to kidnap her. And this time it's not a little Shanks who will kidnap her. And if that is the case, I might have to kill them all. Yuta. Hello, miss, my name is Yuta. Smoothie. Smoothie, if you are ready, follow me. We nodded and followed her silently. She is rather cold, huh? But I have to say her legs are really sexy. Seal. Master, Yuta's eyes are getting out. Rimuru. No, it's not what you think. Seal. Yeah, pervert. But I wonder what ship Author-kun will put you on. Author, that is a good question, but I already have one. And no, I won't tell you any spoilers. The ship then navigated for 5 minutes before reaching a big island with a huge castle in the form of a cake. I am hungry now. Rimuru. Can I ask a question, Smoothie-san? Smoothie. Sure. Rimuru. Why is this guy observing me? I side-eyed behind me as I felt this guy since the earlier. It's a big man. Why does everyone here have disproportionate size? I feel like a dwarf. Smoothie. So you can sense him. She didn't seem surprised or anything, but instead praised me. Smoothie. He is Katakuri, our eldest brother. Don't mind him, he is a curious one. Rimuru. I see. I made eye contact with him and sent a wave of conqueror haki toward him. His eyes widened but soon closed, and he averted his head. Fufu, an interesting one, aren't you? Katakuri Pav. So this is the famous rising star. He is strong for sure, and I can understand his bounty. They finally reached Mama Castle and entered it. But still, I wonder how strong Rimuru Tempest really is. Rumors say that he is on par with the 4 emperors, and this can be justified since he was with red hair and Kaido. I just hope nothing happens. He can be a really good ally, but also a dangerous enemy. As I thought, a powerful conqueror haki ran through the entire island. It's Mama. I get up and put my guard on as another haki collides with Mama haki. Katakuri. So strong. My whole body flinched just by this, so the rumors were true. Like the precious world balance is destroyed, a Yonko level is walking around like nothing. I chuckled a little and sat down once again as the 2 haki stopped. Rimuru Pav. We just entered a big cake castle, and immediately I got this uncomfortable feeling. We then entered a big room where a fat woman sat and said, so this is Big Mom. Big Mom. Mama, so you are the kid Kaido spoke about. Rimuru. You must be Charlotte Linlin, I guess it was nice to meet you. She glared at me with saliva coming out of her mouth. Ugh, gross. Even Yuta is disgusted as she hides behind me. Why is every Yonko weird? One is a suicidal freak, Shanks is normal. And this one is disgusting. I am scared now to meet Whitebeard. What if he is a weirdo? Big Mom. Who gave you the right to call me by my name? Her eyes glowed red as she shouted. The room shaken a little as the sweet on the ground started to move. Rimuru. Is this her devil fruit? Seal. Yes, master, the soul's fruit, the ability to manipulate the soul of everything. Oh, this is as impressive as Kaido dragon fruit. After all, no human can manipulate the soul. Rimuru. I gave myself the right. I smirked as the tension rose even more. The next moment, she used her haki. It's weaker than Kaido or Shanks. I kept my smirk and put a barrier around Yuta before releasing my own haki. Our haki collided, nullifying each other. No, I took the advantage. Slowly, I gained territory, and with our last effort, haki disappeared, leaving Linlin shocked. Rimuru. I came here in peace without the intent of fighting you, so there is no need to be hostile toward me. Big Mom. Oh. So, what do you want? Oh, she seems to have calmed down a little. I thought she might be aggressive toward me until I left. Rimuru. I just want your authorization to stay here for some time. Big Mom. Mama, then Smoothie, you can take our guests and show them around. Smoothie. Understood. She acted calm, but in fact, she kneeled down the moment our haki appeared. With that, we left the room. I have a bad feeling about Linlin. Smoothie. So, Rimuru-san, is there anywhere you want to go? Rimuru. First, I want some sweets, this is why I came here after all. She smiled and nodded. She is really tall on those legs. Seal. Master pervert. Rimuru. No. Yuta. Something wrong, uncle. Rimuru. And nothing. I sighed and patted Ada's head. She is so cute. I want to hug her and Hiori at the same time. Maybe one day they will meet each other. Seal. Master is a lolicon. Should I take a child form? Rimuru. Please don't. But a cute little seal, yeah, it's overkill. I nodded twice and sensed Seal blushing. SHT, she can read my mind. Dirt Pav. And just like that, 5 months passed, and Rimuru and Yuta tried many kinds of sweets while passing their time with the sweet commander. Sometime, Rimuru went to spend some time with Big Mom. Their relationship passed from almost enemy to semi-ally. Rimuru also met Katakuri in person and became friends with her. Well, not really friends since Katakuri addresses him as sensei. Yes, as a teacher, due to Rimuru's great mastery of every type of haki and his swordsmanship. Rimuru became one of the factors that helped Katakuri awaken his observation haki. He was quickly respected by the right hand of Big Mom. Rimuru is also one of the rare people who knew his secret, which led them to eat donuts sometimes. As for Yuta, she is still young, so Rimuru just taught her the basics, being only 6 years old. She is smart, so she quickly understood the basics of the haki, however, she still can't use it. Yuta has also become close to Smoothie since Rimuru trusts her. It's shown by letting Smoothie keep Yuta while he is away. She also takes a liking to singing. And now, after only 6 months, they have already seen everything, so they are leaving. Yuta. Smoothie-san, thank you for everything. Smoothie. Yeah, don't worry, I'll miss you too. Rimuru. Don't worry, we'll meet again. Yuta. MMH. They all smiled before Rimuru took Yuta by the arm and jumped on the warship. Since some of the Big Mom pirates go outside whole cake, Rimuru and Yuta will tag along with them. Rimuru. You come with us. Above them on the mast, Katakuri was sitting like a king. Katakuri. No, just saying goodbye, sensei. He jumped and landed in front of Rimuru. Rimuru. I see. They shared a smile before Katakuri started to leave. Katakuri. Good luck. Rimuru. Thanks. They can understand each other pretty well, despite their short time together. Are you ready, Rimuru Dono? Rimuru. Yeah. A random commander came and set sail shortly after. Yuta. Big Mom-san was really weird. Rimuru. I agree. Rimuru Pav. As we were navigating to leave Whole Cake territory, a memory came back. It was 2 months ago. Flashback 2 months ago. I was teaching Yuta some swordsmanship when suddenly Smoothie came to us. Smoothie. Rimuru-san, Mama, call you. Rimuru. Oh? What does she want? Smoothie. I don't know, but you should go. I keep Yuta. Rimuru. Okay, why? I didn't question too much, and beside Yuta, there are thousands of barriers around her, so it's fine. I left them after ensuring that she didn't need anything else and went toward the Cake Castle. Rimuru. I wonder what she wants now. I've talked to her some time, but nothing incredible. I can confidently say that we are not enemies, but we are at the same time far from being friends. I sighed and entered her throne room. Rimuru. You called me. Big Mom. Ah, you are finally here. She still has this arrogant smile. I have a bad feeling. Rimuru. So what do you want? Big Mom. Straight to the business, I see. I sighed once again and sat on a chair in front of her. Rimuru. Just say it already. Big Mom. Very well, then what about a marriage between you and one of my daughters? Rimuru. A silence. I couldn't believe what she just said. At the same time, I could feel the insane killing intent of Seal. Rimuru, are you serious? Big Mom. Mama. I am. So this is what she's after. Since I showed some skill rivaling her, she wants to make me part of their family. Simply put, she wants to make me her puppet. Rimuru, just out of curiosity, who do you propose? Big Mom. MMH, why not Smoothie since you two seem to get along? I chuckled a little and took a more serious look. Rimuru. I have to refuse. Suddenly her mood decreased. I would really love to have someone like Smoothie-san, but I hate the feeling of being forced. Big Mom. Why not? Rimuru. I have other plans. Big Mom. What about another one of my kids? Rimuru. I still refuse. Flashback end. After this, we fought the whole night. I could end this quickly, but this would just make things worse, so I waited until she calmed down. It was not an easy task, but I used some special sweets, and it all ended. Rimuru. I have to agree with Kaido, she is a really annoying brat. Yuta, did you say something, uncle? Rimuru. Ah, no, don't worry. Chapter 4. Dirt Pav. After departing from Whole Cake, Rimuru took Yuta and left the sweet pirate after getting out of their territory. Just after that, they were met with a peculiar surprise. Rimuru. Is this even real? Yuta. I don't know. The duo were actually on an island with a pretty big town. They were wearing a cape covering their entire body and looked at the wall. Rimuru. Yuta wanted 10,000 berries, huh? Rimuru found it funny, as she didn't do anything but accompany him. As for Rimuru, his bounty increased a little too and is now at $1 billion. Being affiliated with 3 Yonko, he certainly became a menace. Yuta. But I didn't do anything bad. Rimuru. It's normal, Yuta, you are with me, and I am wanted. Rimuru Pav. This is the reason why Shanks left her. Rimuru. Imagine if you were with your father, his bounty is 3 times mine. With that, she fell silent before looking at me with fire in her eyes. Yuta. Then I'll become strong enough. Rimuru. That's a good girl. I messed with her hair a little, and we left the town. It's too dangerous. We are in a part of the world where pirates are stronger than normal. And a small girl with this bounty is an easy target. I chuckled a little as we went toward the coast of the island. I didn't come here for nothing, And so we slowly made our way there until a boat could be seen. Yuta. Who are they, uncle? Rimuru. This is a merchant ship. She nodded but still observed the ship with caution. Normal, it's not a normal merchant ship, but an undercover ship of the Revolutionary Army. Random. Who are you? Someone shouted from the front deck. Rimuru. Sorry, but I would like to talk to the captain of this ship, please. Random. Why? Rimuru. Just some business. I smiled and sent a small wave at Haki, making him flinch. Random. What? Before he could continue, I took off my hood and showed my face, still covered by my mask. I have many things covering my face, it's like this ninja with gray hair. I sighed as this random cunt face turned into horror. Rimuru. So can you be a dear and take me to the leader here? Random. Hi. It's not bad to be feared. Dirt Pav. After that, Rimuru and Yuta were taken to the captain. Rimuru revealed his interest in wanting to meet Monkey D. Dragon. At first, the revolutionary crew refused, but after a little negotiation, they agreed to take Rimuru Yuta under one condition. Rimuru must be handcuffed with marine granite. This was not a big deal for him as they were yourselves, so he accepted. And now they were on their way to Baltico, the headquarters of the army. Yuta, are you sure we will be fine, uncle? Rimuru. MMH. Why not? Yuta. Well, Dragon is the most wanted man, so he must be very strong. Rimuru. So I am. Rimuru got a little confused as Yuta clearly saw how strong he was. Yuta. And they seem like bad people, they even handcuffed someone like uncle. Rimuru. Ah, so that's what you mean. He chuckled before patting her head with his minuted hand. Rimuru. It's normal, they are a big and important group, if they accepted any people like me, they would already be destroyed. Yuta. She stood there quiet as she understood that Yuta was a mature girl, even more so after Rimuru started to teach her. So something like that is easy for her to understand. Yuta. But still. Rimuru. There, not but. And beside these handcuffs, they are useless. Yuta. I see. Without anything else, the ship made its way toward Baltico. And after 10 days, they reached the secret island. Rimuru. No wonder their base was never found. He thought while looking at a sort of barrier around the island. Seal. Master, it seems to be the work of a devil fruit. Rimuru. Yes, and which one? Seal. No spoils, as you said. Rimuru. Dragon Pav. This was a normal day. I received many reports about our progress while keeping an eye on those stupid nobles. Until someone barged into my office. Random, boss, the rising star has arrived. I sighed and stood up. 10 days ago, I got this report. A new pirate who has a connection with 3 Yonko. It's a lie if I said I wasn't intrigued. And now he is coming here. This must seem negligent, but I can't see someone like him working for those nobles of the Marines, and from the rumors about his personality. We can get along and maybe get more help, even for me, fighting the world is too much. I just immersed myself in my thoughts when I reached the gate of our base. Rimuru. Oh ho, you must be Monkey D. Dragon. Someone called me out, and he approached me with his white mask and coat, saying so this is Rimuru Tempest. He is handcuffed. Dragon. Indeed, I am, so what business do you have here? Rimuru. Straight to the point, I see. I stayed silent and lowered my gaze toward the little girl behind him. And this is Yuta. This world is really corrupted to place a bounty on such a small girl. Rimuru, as for your question, I just want to visit this place and help you a little. He finally answered me, but what he said confused me greatly. Help me. Dragon. What do you mean? Rimuru. I too dislike the government, so I am willing to help you a little. Dragon. I see. He seems sincere, but still, this looks just too good to be real. The moment I saw him, I felt great power in him. With so much strength, he can easily move alone. Rimuru. Of course, I want something in exchange. Oh, so that's how it is. Humans are creatures made of greed. It's only natural for him to ask for compensation. In fact, it will be suspicious if he doesn't. Dragon. I'll listen. I couldn't see it, but I felt him smile. The next moment, the handcuff shattered into pieces. Is this the power of his devil fruit? Rimuru. I want you to teach everything you know to Yuta here. He pointed his finger at the little girl. So he wants our knowledge, huh? This is not a bad deal. And with our knowledge, we could show a sign of trust. Dragon, that's fine with me, and in exchange, I want your full help. Rimuru. Yeah. He smiled as we shook our hands. Why do I feel a double meaning behind his last word? Third Pav. After that, many years passed, in fact, 5 years passed. During this time, the Revolutionary Army gained much more territory and spread their ideology. Many fell for this and joined them. As for Rimuru, his bounty skyrocketed, passing from 1 billion to 132 billion. The world government didn't like it when he joined the Revolutionary Army. After 2 years, a new boy was collected from East Blue. His name was Sabo, and he was a boy with amnesia. At that time, Rimuru was not here. In fact, he was teaching Yuta at the base. After coming back, Dragon went to his business, letting Sabo take care of the others. Sabo quickly became friends with Yuta, and also started to greatly respect Rimuru. Flashback 2 years ago. Sabo Pav. It has been 2 weeks since I arrived here. Everyone was gentle with me, even if I was new. I also met Yuta some days ago, and we immediately got along. She is a nice girl who likes singing. And unconsciously, I started to consider her my little sister. I also met Rimuru-san. He is a weird man, always wearing a mask, but at the same time, he is incredibly strong. I never landed a single hit on him. It's insane. Even Kuma-san praised him. So one day, I gathered my courage and asked him to train me. Sabo. Please. I went on my knee and begged. I already asked 6 times. Why can't he accept? Rimuru. You again. I could feel his eyes on me. Rimuru. Why are you so stubborn? Sabo. I want to be stronger. Rimuru. But why? At this, my mind went blank. Why? He is right. I don't even know why I want to be stronger. I want to help Dragon-san, and everyone here thought. Rimuru, before you say the obvious answer, do you really think that just because you want to help your savior, you can do it? I looked up and stayed quiet. Rimuru, as long as you don't have your own goal, then it's useless to dream about helping others. Sabo, what does this even mean? Rimuru, you already lost your memory, so for you, the only thing left is the Revolutionary Army. He is once again right, I can't remember anything, not even my name. The only thing left from my past are these clothes. Rimuru, perhaps you forgot, but maybe there is still someone important in your past, so as long as you didn't find your own goal, don't come ask me to train you. You will just be wasting potential. Sabo, HI. Shortly after, he left me alone here. My goal, huh? Now that he said it, do I have someone who is waiting me? This is too annoying. I have to find out about my past first. Colette, are you okay, Sabo-kun? I was brought out of my thoughts by Colette, a friend of mine. Sabo. Ah, yes, sorry. Colette, did you talk to Rimuru-san? Sabo. MMH. Yes. She smiled and leaned on the wall. Colette. He is really incredible, right? Even Dragon recognizes him. Sabo. Yes. Seeing her smile makes me happy. My goal, I can think about it later. I will for now become stronger to protect my family here, and then I'll find my own goal. Flashback end. Third POV. Also during those 5 years, Rimuru got much information about this world. He learned from Dragon about the world government and some truths about the Forgotten Century. This made him interested, as Seal didn't want to spoil. And due to this, he did his work more seriously, earning a very good reputation among the army. He also learned that Dragon was the father of Luffy. And Sabo was his adoptive brother after looking into his amnesia. This made him laugh so hard. He then decided to help the little Sabo, not by training him, but by guiding him in the right direction. As for Yuta, she grew a little, well, she was a child, but now she is 12. A young lady with 2 hair colors and a great intellect can be considered a great asset for the army. Well, no one really does anything to her since she is the daughter of Rimuru. Yes, after some time, our slime decided to adopt her so she could have his last name and push back some bounty hunters. Her bounty increased from 10 million to 50 million. And now Rimuru was at the top of the base in Baltigo with Dragon and Ivankov. Dragon, so, what are you planning now? Rimuru, I am going to leave. Ivankov, what about Yuta-chan? Rimuru, you can take care of her, I already taught her everything she needs. This made Ivan chuckle as the wind grew fiercer. Rimuru, just don't do anything weird to her, Ivankov. Ivankov, ahoho. I wouldn't touch such a beautiful FLOWER. Rimuru, if you say so. He smiled and put his hood on. Rimuru, then Dragon, I'll go now, I already informed Yuta. Dragon, very well. Just after he finished, a strong wind struck the area, creating a strong wave of dust. The next moment, Rimuru disappeared. Ivankov, he never changes, huh? Dragon, it's just in his personality, but for now, call the executive, we have to deal with his departure. Ivankov, hi. Rimuru Pov. I just left Baltigo and was outside the Mateo barrier. Yuta should be fine. And beside it was her will, she wanted to help her father, and for that, she needed to take care of herself. Also, it wouldn't be good if I take her with me, leaving all her friends behind. I sighed and looked at the horizon. It feels lonely without my supposed daughter. Rimuru. Can be helped, I guess. For now, I have to find the last Yonko, Whitebeard, alias Edward Newgate. According to the rumors, he is not as bad as Big Mama Kaido. But it can be understood due to his old age. He was also the rival of Gold D. Roger, and got the title of the strongest man in the world. I can't wait to meet him. Seal. Master, I found the localization of Whitebeard. Rimuru. Then let's go. Third POV. By the way, there are still 2-3 years before Luffy's departure.